That accident just wiped out months of my daughter's work. He didn't have any idea what that laptop meant to her. She saved up for it herself, and now it's ruined. I told him that they needed to be held accountable. He said he would talk to the twins, but he said he was sure they didn't do it on purpose. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They've been invading her space for weeks, taking her things, and now they've destroyed something she can't replace. I told him that he needed to fix this because if he didn't, I would. After a long, heated argument, he finally agreed to cover part of the cost of replacing the laptop. He acted like he was doing me a favor, like I should be grateful he was offering anything at all. It was infuriating. The tension in the house grew even worse after that. My wife tried to stay neutral and hoped that things would work themselves out if we all just gave it time. But even she was starting to get frustrated. Her brother's attitude and complete lack of responsibility were wearing her down. She defended him less and less, and I could see the strain in her eyes whenever we argued about the situation. The next week, Marcy and I knew we had to take a vacation away from the mess at home. So Marcy, Courtney, and I went on a weekend trip to a nearby resort that had an amusement park nearby. It was so relaxing and made me almost forget everything that was going on at home. Unfortunately, we had to return home, and as I walked into the house, I froze. The smell of stale beer, cigarette smoke, and something sweet hit me in the face. As I walked in, I noticed spilled soda that had soaked into the carpet.
Now you can watch the second part by pressing share and more.
My wife gasped beside me. The living room was a disaster. The couch cushions were on the floor, the coffee table had been pushed against the wall, and muddy shoe prints led straight through to the kitchen. Empty cans, bottles, and wrappers were everywhere, as if a tornado had flown around the room before we came. I felt my stomach turn, but I couldn't waste time there. I bolted up the stairs 2 at a time. My heart pounded. When I reached my daughter's room, I saw the lock I'd installed was smashed, the door hung slightly open, and there was chaos inside. Her dresser drawers were yanked out, clothes strewn across the floor, her bed unmade, and her laptop was gone. I heard my wife's footsteps behind me, her gasp sharp as she took it all in. "Oh my God," she whispered. She looked at the broken lock, then the mess inside. For a moment, she just stood there, silent. Her hand covered her mouth. She didn't move. Downstairs, the door clicked open, and my brother-in-law strolled in, phone in hand, with a lazy grin on his face. He told us the kids had a bit of a party, and while we were gone, they got carried away. They trashed the place.